Hi, I'm back. And today we will be looking at my Universe League picks. Let's go. Before we start this video, I just want to say after watching EPA, I clocked that ranking for real, did as last place. Exactly what I freaking said. I knew the audience would have loved Only You and on and on. I would also like to apologize to Butterfly Enthusiast. I was wrong to put it so low. I am now going to amend my list. It's now Butterfly then Roller Coaster. Butterfly is such an intro Y song. I should have seen the vision long before. I usually don't agree with the on-site audience, but damn, they were real solid this time. But can we talk about how even though Team Beat was second, all their efforts were once again in vain? This show is legit so heartbreaking to watch sometimes. How did the top 7 not budge at all? It's like the new faces basically never had a shot in the first place. Do people just watch the first episode and vote for that one person the rest of the show? That's kinda sad. Anyways, back to my ranking. It's going to be subjective. I just like them cause I do. Skill level considerations in WN is out the window. Not that I'm saying my picks aren't skilled OFC cause I think they all are pretty good in their own way. I'm not really that into parasocial relationships, so I might sound a bit standoffish when talking about them. This is literally just for the lolls. I'm barely voting so you don't have to convince me to hell your faves instead. With that said, I will like to mention that my number 1 pick has never made in any survival show besides Boys Planet. Thank you Sung Hanbin. I'm not trying to jinx anyone OFC, but it's just the way it is. P.S. I also only have 5 picks now RIP. He's eliminated and I honestly would not want him to debut here. Truthfully, I think his dancing is questionable. But honestly his singing is great and his personality seems solid. Even though he has 0 screen time. When he does pop up on screen I just feel like he's just really sweet. Even when he knew he was eliminated, he was comforting others and stuff. Just wanted to applaud him for that. I actually didn't really like him at first BC. I thought he was the visual with no skills, but is still PD pick trope. Honestly, he is that to some extent since he is just a beginner compared to his peers. He is def a PD pick though. The train to rhythm literally proves that. They weren't slick, but honestly, he is really handsome and he does in fact practice rely hard according to his peers. So if he's going to make it, which he probably will at this rate, I feel it in my jellies for some reason I might as well like it. I'm developing PTSD from all the visual picks getting into survival show lineups for no other reason that I'm starting to see what those visual 1-pick voters see for real. Like maybe having 1 or 2 off the charts beautiful people in a group don't hurt. I don't know. This is my way of coping from Selb and PRJ7. Also so talented. Literally so good at dancing. Also I'm not problematic. I'm literally not. But tell me why the drama between him and Wonky kinda interesting. It'll def be good if they have actually sorted out WN they were beefing about if they were beefing. He did good on all his stage W or O fail, I don't see why not. He's so cute but so underrated. Literally such a good dancer. I don't know why no one is talking about this. Good vocals to so we know he well-rounded. Bro got eliminated as I was making this rip. But did you see his goodbye kisses though? So cute. Sirin passes the vibe check for doing it back. Live laugh love Sirin. Gas not the JL Gasper at 5th place. He has the most fans and I would be lying if I say I'm not one of them. TBH talent is not the reason why he's 5th and not my first pick. BC he's hella talented der. Since one and only I've acknowledged that. He's very well-rounded, he just built different. He can rap, dance, and sing. He def a visual member also since he looks a lot like Jong Hao from ZB1. I've actually known him before the show even started due to the hype about there being Filipino on the show. I saw his We Ready performance and was already sure he was going to debut. Philippines is a large market for pop or so I've heard, so his fanbase is secure. Not to mention, he completely lives up to expectations. So well-rounded he's like if Jong Hao and Sung Hanbin had a baby. I haven't really been super wowed by any of his performances outside of We Ready though. I can tell he's very professional and ready to debut. But I don't know if it's the concept of rhythm limiting him. But I never felt super amazed or attached to any of his stages. I'm just scared that once he debuts, which he will, Come on now, there will be a gargantuous popularity gap between him and the rest of the members. And we all know how healthy solo stan fandoms are. Not. Anyways, it would still be a war crime if the show didn't debut him, so here he is. Fun personality, or so I've heard. That piqued my interest in him tbh. Also the best singer on the show, so it'd literally be a crime to not pick him lolll. His vocals always be making me ascend far. I thought Prison was good, but dang, Butterfly was next level. The notes were absolutely heavenly. I would love to see him try more concepts other than the ones group assigns. He slayed to Heart and Siren to be constrained to the boyish or first love concept. I see some people criticizing his visuals, which is completely unfounded cause duh. I wanna see their face for them to be hating on Han. Something just special about him. His Prison performance was actually so memorable. Him and Butterfly too. Why was he so captivating? I just be happy when he's center I'm not saying he's perfect, but I just feel like there's so much potential to work with. I hate the word potential Zim because of other survival shows, but Sirin literally deserves more attention. Obviously, he's a strong not perfect vocalist and sharp dancer, but his stage presence definitely is what I find the most interesting. Like his face is stiff sometimes, but why is he still the one my eyes gravitating towards? I didn't know who he was until Prison. But honestly, before I knew his name, I was keeping my eye on him. And give me that, bro, the way he did Ten's part. Literally so slayful. His strong suit has got to be interpretation. He makes the part his own, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna praise his talents to the sky and back, but I feel like he can bring something new to industry. Can sing, can dance. What can I say? He should have long been successful in the industry. Such a natural idol. What's not to love? He's funny, charismatic, and a hard worker. Honestly, before they announced that he was 7th in overall rankings, I thought he was really secure. I thought he'd be at 1 or 2 for some reason. His fans need to lock in, cause what if they do add more members to the final winning team? Which we all know will be Rhythm be so for real. I'm honestly dismayed by the possibility he might miss his chance to read it, but by a minuscule margin. If he literally doesn't debut, it would be such a waste tbh. It would also be such a mistake for the PD, cause look at him. You should have seen how many times I watched his Boys Never Die in Mamma Mia thank him. Why so luminous? So glowing? I watched him on Re-THK1 and TBH's group didn't stand out to me, as I was too busy watching Onius and the boys, but he was one of my top picks for Boys Planet and I knew I didn't see wrong. He was just meant to slay since day one. He's also the reason I started watching this show too, so there's also that. I also watched the drama he acted in. He seems to have skills for acting too. And we love multi-talented King. Tell me why his interactions with Kairi so cute this EP, I'm sobbing. It's so sad cause even if there was an MVP PD pick to add to the final lineup, they're going to be separated. Cause Woonki is the MVP. Please don't separate them, I would literally tweak out. I look like a beat stan art, and you know what, maybe I am. But to be fair, I don't really make my choices of the mentors. Cause if I did, I would 100% be a Rhythm stan. Wave is literally the group. Back to Kairi. He's always been good. I've noticed him since day one in S class. I was deaf on the lookout for that red hair since EP1. I've never heard of him before this show, but he came in impressed. Already good enough to debut, and he has once in TFN, but they were run by Mold, and we all know how cookie that company is in managing their artists. Cough Momoland, cough Lapillis, cough. Anyways, Kairi's such a underrated dancer and vocalist. He is also really versatile. From fresh concepts to mature concepts, he's just allergic to not eating. I liked him second after Kuhansio in Hard Carry, and second after Woonki in Mamma Mia. But damn, the recent rounds, my and on. That star power is just overwhelming. He my number one far. If Woonki's the main slayer for concepts like Mamma Mia, Kairi is def the best for concepts like my and on. El Capitan is just never misses for fur. Also, what made me honestly like him more was the lack of genuine appreciation for this man. What do you mean less than 1,000 views on his R3 Fancoms? Why is the attention in this show so disproportionately given? I'm honestly a little confused by his lack of popularity after R3. What principles are people following for picking their faves ATP? He honestly reminds me of a lot of my bias and show picks. Tell me why I always be biasing the most underrated unseen people. Anyways, vote Kairi for good health.
Y'all, CapCut is banned off. Anyways, that concludes my video. I know my lineup isn't realistic in the slightest, but I would be happy if any of them made it. Though I wouldn't really have a reason to stand unless someone in my top 3 made it. Or if they made some really bussin' music, you know.